Welcome to howtopam, LibreCad tutorials. We're going to start our tutorial 4 off here with drawing our first drawing. And the first thing that we need to do is maybe set up a drawing of a template for a title block. So this will be a tutorial on creating a title block template. So you'll see how to do some drawing of some lines and actually add some letter attributes, some text attributes, and actually create a block. And then we'll look at exploding blocks and saving templates. And well, let's get started, should we? Let's open LibreCAD and let's close this drawing I was working on here. So when you open up LibreCAD, you should have a new drawing already set up here. And what we need to do is go into options here and or edit, if that's an older version, go into options and find the drawing preferences. And we're going to look at setting up a drawing for your default is probably A4, but we're gonna do a paper for A3, and that'll be 420 by 297 millimeters in size. The units, we can scale the units down to 3 decimal places. Okay, and the grid, we'll leave the grid on. And the general scale here for the dimensions, we're not going to need any dimensions right now, so that's fine with there. And splines, we're not going to be doing anything with splines, so that's okay there. So you set that up like that on an A3 paper landscape. It'd be 420 by 297, and say okay to that. Now that leaves us on layer 0, and layer 0 will be fine for the template of the title block that we are creating. So what we want to do first of all is put a border around our paper. Now remember, our paper is, if we want to just check again, our paper is 420 millimeters by 297, 420 long, 297 high. And we'd like to have a little bit of a padding between our edge of our paper and our border line, maybe a 5 millimeters. So what we'd do, it's really good if you get familiar with the command lines, okay, so that you can use the commands. You can get the commands off the wiki key of LibreCAD here, and it lists all the commands there. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be creating a title block, and there are numerous kinds of title blocks out there, as you can see. Here's one here with a lower and an upper and a long on the bottom. The choice is pretty much up to your desire, but sometimes you're working for a client that will want a certain style, or you're working for a company that demands a certain style. So we're going to show you how to create one, but they're all the same. They're all created the same way. Once we do one, you'll be able to modify it and have any style you like. Once you know how to do that, okay? So let's just get rid of that. and get rid of that. And do check out the command line so that you know how to enter commands here. It's much quicker and more accurate than using the mouse all the time. Okay, so let's get started with that. And if we want 5 millimeters of from the edge of the paper to our border, then we can create a rectangle. Okay, so to get a rectangle, we have REC right there in the command line. Enter. Okay, sorry, I had a capital R, I didn't need that, just REC. Okay, and specify the first corner. The first corner is going to be down here, 0, 0. Okay, so we'll type 0, 0 in there and put that there. Now the next corner, if we had 420 this way, we're only going to go 410 for our border. That will give us 5 mils border each side. And if we're 297 high, then we're going to go 410 by 287. Okay, and press enter there. Okay, and then we can escape that. Now you'll see that our line is outside our window here, so let's just go to view and auto zoom, and there we go. We've got it all inside there. Okay, terrific. So now we've started ours, so let's save that. We've set our current drawing options and we've got our border. So let's save this drawing as our title block. Okay, so there we have that saved now. Now we have some dimensions of a title block here. I don't know if you can see that there. Okay, what we're going to do is draw this block. Now there is a standard for the size of blocks, and these are the dimensions that would be fairly accurate for an A3 paper that we're on. Okay, so I have put dimensions in inches as well as millimeters, and then I've gone and measured from our 0 to where our lines will begin here, and that way we don't have to calculate it. I've already calculated. The first line will be at 251.25 millimeters. Okay, so we can go ahead with that, and we'll end up creating a drawing template much like this one here. Okay, which has a top and a bottom to it. Okay, so let's get started with locating this block in here. And to do that, if you want, you can note those measurements there. So the first line is going to be at 251.25, and up 44.45 millimeters. Okay, so to get our first line, that'll be this one here, this vertical, and then we'll go the horizontal across. So to get our first line, we're going to have 251.25 millimeters and up 44.45. Okay, So let's start with LI for line, and let's go 251.25 by 44.45. No, the first point of the line will be by 0 in the Y direction. Okay, enter that, and then go again, just up arrow key to your last command, and go 44.45. Okay, now we could carry that line on, but we don't know where to go here, where straight is. You see, it's hard to tell. So what we'll do is we'll go and click the horizontal on. Okay, horizontal snap, and that gives us a point. Okay, that holds it on the horizontal, so we got a perfect snap point there, and we are snapping on entity here. Okay, so that's an entity right here, the line, and we're held in the horizontal, so let's just click there. Okay, so that line is good. Now we can right click to get rid of that command on the line. Okay, the next line, if we have a look at our picture here, the next line is 302.05. 302.05. Okay, so let's run the next line, LI 302.05, and of course 0. And now again, you see we have the horizontal, but that's not doing us any good on this vertical line. So let's go and turn the vertical on and see how a snap jumps up there. Okay, nice and straight. So let's click that. Okay, now we can right click to get rid of that. Okay, now our next line. Our next line here will be 8.128 mils, and it runs right in here. There is a line here as well, but they're a little bit separated there. So let's have a look here. 8.128, and it starts up there, right up this leg here. So it's going to be 8.128 mils up here. So it will be the same point here. Now, if we remember what that point was, it was 251, wasn't it? Right there. So if we up arrow key here in our command line, 251, right there. Okay, so let's back down and LI, get the line. Now let's go up to 251 here, and let's go up to 8.128 mils. Okay, and that should put us on this leg right there where the red dot is. And again, we'll have to click the horizontal on, and we can go right across here. It's held there by the snaps, and click on that. Okay, now if you're finding it a little bit difficult working in this small area, we can take this window here, okay, window zoom, and we can take this section here, okay, and we'll zoom that up for us. Okay, there we go. Now our next line that we're looking at here is going to be starting at the second leg, which is 302.05, and it's going to be 6.35 mils up. Okay, so what we can do there again in the command line is we can get our LI, press enter, go up arrow key to find the 302. And in this one here, last command was 302, 0 in the Y direction, we'll go 6.35 up. Okay, and we enter that. And there it is right there, that point. Okay, and we have the horizontal held, so we can go right over here and snap that in there. Okay, just like that. Okay, our next line. Our next line is going to be this one, and it runs right across, and it tells us right here it's 16.256. 16.256 millimeters. And we know it starts on the 251. Okay? 16.256. So let us go in the command line. Okay, so there's my line. Turn it on. First point is 16.256. Enter. Okay, and that will be right there where the red marker is, and we can come right across here and snap on that. Okay, we're nice and straight because we've got the horizontal held and the vertical held. Okay, so let's right click, get off of that. Let's have a look at our picture here again. The next line here is going to be 32.004 up, and it starts at the second leg. So we've got 302.05 and 32.004. Okay, so we can go get our line back in here and get our 302, and we want to go 32.004 up, and we'll enter that, and you see that's right there, and we go straight across in the horizontal and click there. Okay, right click to get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so now what we can do here is we've got a few verticals to put in here. So let's have a look here. This first vertical will be at 327.45, and it's up 6.35. Okay, so let's go 327.45. That's what it says there. So let's get our line, enter, and we want to go first point 327.05 and 0 in the Y direction. Okay, that's right there. Now we got the vertical, so we got the vertical snap on, so we can go right up top to where it sits nice, and there we go. Okay, so we were 327.45. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. I went 0.5, didn't I? Yeah, I went 0.5, so I'm wrong on that. So let's undo that last command. Okay, and let's redo our line. It's 0.45. So let's start the line command, and let's go and change that to 0.45 and 0 and enter that, and that's right there, and we go up right there. Okay, so that was 4.5. There we go. The next vertical is at 365.55. Okay, 365.55 millimeters. So let's up arrow key, turn our line on, go go 365.55 and 0. Okay, and enter that, and there it is there, and we go straight up. Okay, perfect. Now we'll check that. That was 36555, and we have 36555. Okay, to get this dimension here, we're going to have to take 302.05 and add 9.652. So it's good to have a calculator handy. Okay, and let's go 302.05. That's to here, and let's add 9.652 plus 9.652, and that equals 311.702. Okay, so what we're going to do is go 311.702 and up 635 for a start point. Okay, so we need to get our line command, up arrow key, and we want to go 311.702 and 6.35 in the Y position, and that gives us right there, and we'll go straight up, and there we are. Now one more line to put in, and that is the same distance from this one. Okay, so we could actually, we're going to be 9652 short of 410. Okay, so let's take our calculator and let's do, our total length was 410 between borders, and we're going to minus 9.652, and that equals 403.48. Okay, so our first line will be 403.48 and up 635. Okay, so let's get our line, and we're going to be 400.348, and we're going to be up 6.35. Okay, in the Y position, and that gives us here, and we go right up there, and there you go. Okay, so those lines are in there, and hopefully that's given you some idea of what we can do with lines. And that's made a terrific title block space area for us, and it looks very similar to what we have here. So let's go ahead now. We have our 3 sections on the bottom and our 3 on the top here. Okay, so let's go ahead now and press the save on that. Okay, save that drawing. Let's go to view, and let's go to auto zoom, and there we go. We're back in there. Okay, so we will do our top section in here next, and then we will put in our text attributes. Okay, so that's been a short little text block drawing tutorial. Thank you for watching. How to Pam.